Welcome back to Everyman Prepping. How are you guys all doing today? I want to talk today about forever foods. Foods that don't need special care for storage. In the last few videos we talked about long-term food storage using food grade buckets or regular buckets, Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, having something to seal it with. So all that takes money. And for those on a budget or those watching every dime or just don't want to spend the extra money, I wanted to list off several foods. I got about 15 here can store indefinitely and don't need any special storage. Would they be a little better quality or texture or things like that? If they were stored in Mylar and oxygen absorbers, they might be, but you don't need to. So I wanted to get in that list. And the first also is, I guess, all this junk I have around here. I have been collecting stuff for, you see the tractor and the rototiller and the weed eaters and stuff. In the winter, I try to get about a year's worth of, repair parts, tune-up parts. We got our air filters, everything. I usually try to get over a year's worth. And then every winter, I do a tune-up on all my equipment so it's ready for spring. So that's why you see all this junk up here. I'm trying to sort through it and label everything, make sure it's ready for when I start doing the tune-ups. Well, let's get into the list here. Also, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so, ring that bell, and share this with your friends and family. So some of these we've talked about in other videos. I'm going to mention them here again because we talked about storing them other ways, but like I said, these are forever foods. So first one on the list, just your regular white sugar. We talked about recently, might be the next shortage coming up, so get it now, but white sugar doesn't need to be in anything special. It can be on the shelf, like I said before, in a bag. White sugar lasts forever. Don't need to worry about it. Next one is salt. Salt can do the exact same thing. Doesn't need to be in a special container. Will it get hard? Yeah, but you take a hammer, chisel, anything, beat it up, it's salt again. Salt is salt, lasts forever. Don't have to worry about it. And then we have molasses, 100% maple syrup. Will last forever, basically. You might lose some quality. If it's not kept in a cool, dry place, if it's somewhere warm or humid, it might get mold. But if it's cool and dry, and even dark's better, that goes for all these things on the list. Cool, dry, dark will help these things last indefinitely. So molasses and 100% maple syrup, not the weird additive maple syrups or 20%, 100% maple syrup or molasses. And those of you wanting to brown sugar, we talked about you could store a very long time in Mylar and oxygen absorbers. Well, if you want brown sugar, just, as a lot of viewers pointed out in the comments, just take regular white sugar and add molasses or maple syrup to it, and boom, you have your brown sugar. So it's a way to keep that. Vinegar, in the original container you buy it in, store it somewhere nice, it'll last forever. Vinegar is vinegar, it's gonna last forever. Can't spoil vinegar. Soy sauce. Soy sauce has a high salt content. It's great for flavoring food, great for preserving, and also will last basically forever. And if you get the red, if you like, it's what, the Kinko Man, the red lid is the really salty one, the green one is not so salty. Buy the red one, even more salt, will last longer. I know some of you are thinking salt's bad for you, blood pressure, I know, but if you're flavoring food, it'll last forever. Next one, pastas. Pastas are dry. There's no moisture in pastas. You keep them that way. You put them in, mason jars, buckets, 2-liter bottles. People put them in. Pasta will last for, might get a little stale, maybe a little bit, but you just boil it, put a seasoning sauce on top of it, you're fine. Pastas. Get pastas, store them. Nothing needed special with the pastas. Powdered milk, low fat, no fat powdered milk will basically shelf stable forever. So get yourself some of that. We talked about wheat berries. In fact, I did that video, that long-term food storage, where I gave an example of storing wheat berries. I did put it in my Mylar bag, a bucket, and an oxygen absorber, but because I feel better doing that, but you really don't need to. The Egyptians, they went into some tombs, some pyramids. They found wheat berries from, I don't know, was that thousands of years ago or something? And some of them germinated, and then somewhere else edible. They're good forever. Wheat berries kept dry, cool, and in the dark will last forever. So get your wheat berries. You don't need anything special for them. Then make sure you get yourself a grinder because, yeah, you can boil them and have them that way. You can sprout them and eat them, but you can make flour, obviously. So get yourself a grinder, manual grinder, not electric. Grid goes down, you're gonna need a manual one. Get a manual one. It's a great workout. Work out while you're making food. And of course, there's white rice. White rice, very shelf stable. Put in, bottles, buckets, whatever food safe container you have. White rice will keep for you. And we all know honey, Mother Nature's honey will last forever. It could get hard and crystallized, no big deal. You can put it in hot water for a while and it'll uncrystallize and come back liquid, or just put it in the sun. You don't want to waste resources boiling water for that. Put it out in the sun, it'll come out of crystallization. Honey lasts forever. It's great for, food, sweetener, and medicinal purposes as well. Have honey. Next one, we have liquor, hard liquor. Not the creamy mixture, weird stuff, just your straight, your vodka, your tequila, your gin, whiskey, scotch, that stuff. Make sure it's 80 proof at least or more, and it'll go forever. It's great for, preserving, bartering, relaxing, reducing pain, I guess. I don't know, but, great to have on hand. If you don't drink, you don't have to for yourself. You can have it for bartering. You can make tinctures out of it, all that kind of stuff. Have some liquor on hand. Next one, cornstarch. Cornstarch lasts forever. Whether you need to thicken something, cook, do something else with it, buy it now, it'll last forever. Another one, I didn't really know this one until I started researching, vanilla extract. It will last forever, I guess. It basically, because it has a super high alcohol content in it, and the rest of it is just out of the vanilla bean itself, vanilla root. So have vanilla, last forever. You got your wheat berries, grind them up, make yourself a cookie or something. I don't know. Sugar, vanilla, have a sugar cookie. Other things, spices, dried spices. They'll last forever. Well, some spices will become less, potent, not have as much flavor. Some will become stronger potency on their flavor. Either way, but have some spices around. The dried spices won't go bad. Lastly, the last one on the list here, the 15th one I have here, is unrefined organic virgin coconut oil. If you're looking for an oil that's shelf stable, that'll last almost indefinitely, or basically indefinitely, it is coconut oil. There's some different opinions on this, but what I've read is if it's the 100% virgin coconut oil, and organic especially, keep it cool and dry, and out of moisture, all that stuff, cool and dry, and dark, and all that. You'll have an oil. Is cooking with coconut oil a little different? Yeah. Does it flavor like coconuts? Yeah, but hey, you have an oil to cook with. So grab your stuff. I know that stuff's not cheap really, and we're trying to do some budget stuff here, but coconut oil is a good source as well. People do bring up ghee, which is, basically a butter with water moved out of it. Is lasting a really long time. I don't know if it's indefinite. Another good alternative. One-off item I want to bring up here, and that is beans. People say that'll last indefinitely. You don't need to store it anywhere special, but if they're not in a Mylar bag, airtight with the oxygen absorber, they will turn hard, very hard, and you'll have to soak them and do a lot of prep to eat them. You'll waste a lot of resources, water, and time. So they will last, but they just become very hard, and they'll lose some nutritional value as well. So keep that in mind, but beans will last a while. So that is the list I have for things that you can use and buy now. And not only will they last definitely, but you're fighting inflation and food shortages. These things are low. You pick up items on this list, and I'll put them in the description. List them one by one, so you don't have to. You can either go back in the video. I'll see if I can put some chapters too, so you can go to the one you want. But I'll put a list also, just so you can make a list and buy some of this every now and then. It won't go bad. If you use the stuff on the list, you'll have it there forever, and you used it today's dollars, which are going to be worth more than tomorrow's dollars. So it's kind of like, saving money. In my last video, I talked about, the banks are coming for your money in Nigeria. They're reducing the amount of money you can take out, and they're going to start that here. Just wait till that CBDC coin comes out. Well, if you turn your money into these things, they're going to last forever. So it's not going to go bad. You didn't waste it. You're going to use it, and you converted your money into something, an asset that you can, use. So in the comments below, if you have things you want to add to this, something I forgot, something you don't agree with, some suggestions, more than happy. Feel free. There's a great community we have growing here, people helping each other out. So yeah, add to the list, tell us what you think, and some other items that are indefinite storage that don't need special storage requirements that people on a budget can use, and get started on their prepping. So I hope you're having a great day, and until next time, keep your head on your shoulders. I don't know why I said that. Keep your ear to the ground and head on swivel.